Castle won't debate the issues. He won't defend his record, so he's trying to divert the attention. There were over 24 witnesses to what happened. So when they heard that Castle's trying to say, my folks bullied them, they actually laughed out loud. Because you asked Becky, the volunteer coordinator at that senior center, that poor girl, she was so stressed out because of what the Castle folks were doing.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't believe that they're doing this. We wanted a peaceful forum. They won't let you out. Every time we tried to walk out, they ran up to us with the cameras, and it quite frankly frightened a lot of the senior citizens.
You'll get the final word. You'll get the final word after this question.
Through, and Evan took the bold move to put his hand up. If you're intellectually honest, when folks are looking at that YouTube video, they see us politely walking out, thanking the crowd. Evan simply held his hand up in front of the video.
Right.
Mike Castle has got to campaign on the high ground and debate the issues, not try to spin things.
All right, next question. In 2006, when I supported you, you're correct in saying that, I was under the impression that you were given a degree by Fairleigh Dickinson University. Have you actually been given that degree?
Yeah. What he's trying to spin out of
Who's
control.
Who's
Mike
he?
Castle.
Well, this is not Mike Castle asking the question. I'm asking the question that.
Yeah, I'm letting you know
because
what
of your comments quoted.
It took me over 12 years to pay off my student loans. From there, I went and I got a constitutional fellowship, a graduate fellowship in constitutional government. Many people.
From where?
Many people from the Claremont Institute.
I'm asking about Fairleigh Dickinson.
People.
I'm asking about Fairleigh Dickinson.
Fairleigh Dickinson, it took me 12 years to pay off my student loans. I did the cap and gown ceremony. And when I did the cap and gown ceremony, instead of being handed a diploma, I was handed a bursar's bill and awarded the diploma once I paid off my bills. They're trying to spin it out of control.
So
I am not a millionaire. I didn't come from an elitist family like Mike Castle, who was able to pay for a lot of private schools, like Chris Coons, who had a trust fund for his education. I had to pay for my college education out of my own pocket, and then it took me 12 years to pay it off.
That's all I'm asking.
If he wants to make an issue of that, if you think that disqualifies someone, Dan, then you are disqualifying a lot of your listeners. A lot of us aren't multimillionaires.
I didn't say that. I just simply wanted to know that after paying it off, I just wonder how that works. Do they give you the degree?
Yes. Yeah, and I had to, go through the process of, reinstating those credits. It's a laborious process, but it's all fine now. And for Mike Castle to try to make an issue of that...
He's not making an issue of it. He's not even here.
Why? If I honestly...
I did a Google search for your...
Let me tell you something,
I'm doing a Google search for a comment you made about...
me. Let me ask you a question now.
Excuse me, you're misrepresenting a question that I asked you. It's not Mike Castle. Mike Castle's not asking that question. Okay,
Dan, may I please ask you a question?
Sure.
If I was awarded a very prestigious graduate fellowship in constitutional government with folks like Bill Bennett and Scott Bloch, President Bush's special counsel, appointed special counsel, wouldn't that speak more volumes than the fact that it took me 12 years to pay off my undergrad? So why is that an issue? That I got
just
a very
wondered if you had mentioned
graduate fellowship based on the merits of my work.
Well, I congratulate you.
Okay. The way that I was
able to
advocate for issues on Capitol Hill.
Can I answer the question? Because it was a question to me. Congratulations on that. That accomplishment of yours. And I just was curious about if you represented yourself as a graduate of Fairleigh Dickinson prior to paying off that debt. That's all.
I represented myself as a student at Fairleigh Dickinson.
Ah. All right. Pretty much it. I mean, I'm really. I think your answer on the campaign debt speaks volumes. I appreciate you talking to us about it. You get the final minute.
Well, I just want to thank you for this opportunity. And Dan, I wish you had reached out to me earlier. You know, my office has been trying to come on your show. So I thank you for being able to have an open and honest debate in these last 2 weeks. I'd love to come back on anytime. We're going to be in Sussex County a lot over the next 14 days. If there's any time to come in the studio, you know, keep the lines of communication open. And don't allow Mike Castle to have a free pass. He's mudslinging. I don't endorse the way that the route that Yates Walker's taking. I don't endorse putting out rumors that Mike Castle is gay. What I want to do is just stick to the issues, and we will continue to hit him hard on the issues. He can continue to throw mud at me. I'll just return with, let's talk about the issues.
Well, again,
liberal
I have to be very clear.
politician.
I have to be very clear to you, Christine O'Donnell, because you've mentioned it several times. Mike Castle does not influence me. Mike Castle does not tell me what to ask. Mike Castle did not provide these questions. These were my questions.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that, because I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, I think Dan Gaffney's being paid off, and with very serious
ridiculous,
concerns.
Ridiculous. And that's exactly the kind of tactics these people take.
Dan's always been, Dan's always been a big supporter. I can't believe he would believe these accusations, and so I was taken aback by the tone.
Well, you confirmed the accusations today.
I what?
You confirmed the accusations today.
What accusations?
About the debt.
That I have a couple $1,000s left in campaign debt?
Right. Look, here's my feeling on it.
Yeah, listen. Only multimillionaires like Mike Castle, who are entrenched elitist incumbents, have millions of dollars at their disposal.
Well, only fiscally irresponsible people collect new money and ignore their debt.
Dan, I'm not ignoring the debt. If you look at that, we are paying that off. It is shrinking. We are not ignoring that debt, and it is irresponsible of you to twist what I said to say.
Well, in the latest,
ignoring my debt.
Really, the latest campaign finance report issues that it says that it's still there.
We are paying it off. It has significantly been reduced, at least by $10,000. And first of all, most campaigns retire with six-figure debts. I'm not saying debt is not a big deal.
What about the $528?
Down to $11,000.
What about the
even less than that?
What about the $528 that David Keegan has not been paid, a guy you physically removed from your campaign announcement?
David Keegan has never, ever submitted an invoice or receipts for that.
It's listed on your campaign finance form.
We sent him a letter asking him for the receipts and for the invoice for that.
It's listed on your own campaign finance.
He chose not to respond. My treasurer is handling that. What would be irresponsible is if we paid alleged debts that didn't have receipts to back them up. Trying to get
Christine, your own campaign report lists it as a debt.
Right. And he never submitted an invoice or receipt. We are not saying.
Well, how in the world do you have it listed as a debt if he never,
and receipts to back
if
it
he's
up?
never giving
That's
you an
what we have
invoice?
told him repeatedly. Our treasurer said to him, submit receipts and invoice, but he's still making an issue. I have no problem paying that. We have raised money for the 2008 campaign debt. When we are meeting with donors, we are specifically saying, can you also give to the debt relief?
Gotcha.
And no one has any problem with that. What they will have a problem with is someone someone trying to get money that is not a valid campaign expense. That would be irresponsible.
I don't know why you listed it. I mean, you're the one who listed it as a campaign debt. I don't know how you do that without an invoice.
And we have been asking. Now, quite honestly, Dave Keegan contacted my treasurer directly and put it on there. But once it got on there, we said, okay, we'll pay this. We need the receipts to back it up.
Right.
However it got on there, we said, fine, David, we have no problem paying it. Give us the receipts to back it up.
Gotcha.
He keeps bringing it up as an issue.
Right.
Just show us the receipts. We'll pay it. I have no problem.
But to say that that's an allegation when you just clearly admit that it's on there is not an allegation. It's me asking you to explain it.
Right. And we will pay it as soon as Dave gives us the receipts to back up that expense. We will pay it.
Thank you, Christine O'Donnell. It's
thank you, Dan.
6:30.